everyone, Blake Jones here, and in this episode of How Do You Do That, we're going to go over what steps you need to follow in order to become a colorist. The situation is that when you're going to say, I want to start to become a colorist, you need to learn the basics of color, how to handle color grading. I always recommend that people start off with taking a basic colorist training course. This will give you the absolute basics of how to handle primary color correction and secondary color correction. And what does each type of color correction do? The other thing to think about too is you have to learn about matching colors and how to make your gradings work together and how they flow. This is a very, very important step in learning to be a colorist. Then what you need to do after that is, I always tell people, you want to then assemble your own home grading setup. This way it allows you to practice, because part of it is building experience in practicing, because you need to be able to become confident when you're working as a colorist. You need to start off with is a graphic user interface monitor, and you need to start off with a grading monitor. In the past, grading monitors for grading suites were extremely expensive. Now it's possible to get a lot of lower cost opportunities for grading monitors that offer excellent results. So for example, here I'm using the Asus PA32 UCG monitor, and this is a fantastic monitor for color grading. And I'm using the PA32 UCX monitor for my graphic user interface display. The problem is when you have a monitor that the resolution is too low, then you might end up cutting off certain information, and this is not the best way of working. Whereas the PA32 UCX has a fantastic, it's a high resolution display and allows me to see absolutely everything. Then we need to start off with a grading panel. Now, a lot of people start off grading with a mouse. I definitely don't recommend that, because when you're grading with a mouse, after a while, you will start getting cramps in your arms, and this can happen over a long period of time when you're using the color grading controls. So I always recommend getting a panel of some sort. So there are several options from Blackmagic Design that you can get that work with Resolve. There's the micro panel, the mini panel, or the advanced panel. There's also Tangent Technologies. They make a variety of panels that are available. I'm using the Avid Artist Color panel, and this is an extremely cost-effective panel, works extremely well, and you can find these at very low prices, and they work. I'm very pleased with it. Then you need to have some sort of storage. So you want to have an attached storage so that you can store your media files. You don't want to fill up your system drive with media files. You want to be able to store them. And so for example, in my situation, I'm using a small 8-bay storage filled with SSD drives. And this assures me the correct performance so that I can read and write fast enough to be able to supply the data to Resolve. I'm using here Resolve Studio. This is the full paid version of Resolve. There is also a free version, which is just called DaVinci Resolve. And DaVinci Resolve works. It's very good for practicing. However, if you're going to be doing full projects, I recommend going for the full studio version. Thereby you have all the different bells and whistles inside, like the OpenFX plugins and everything like that. They're all there for you. And then we have to think about a desk for putting your system on. I'm using an L-shaped desk. This gives me enough room. This way I'm able to have all my monitors on the desk, no problem, and enough room for my grading surface. You then want to think about a computer too, whether you want to go the Windows route or you want to go with a Mac. So now the new M1 Macs are fantastic. I'm using the M1 Pro, MacBook Pro, and this one gives me excellent results and very fast. There's also the Mac Studio as well. This is also another fantastic option to go for. And then also there's a lot of various different Windows routes to go for. If you want to make sure that you're going to choose a computer that will run Resolve well, on the Blackmagic website there is a Resolve build guide, and in there it shows you the specs of what Resolve needs to run. Okay, so you have your system there. You've got your way now that you can actually practice your grading. Then probably in the future you might want to think about getting for example, having a mentorship with an experienced colorist, so thereby you can start to learn a lot of little tips and tricks of how to work in the industry, how to deal with clients, how to deal with problematic color grading situations. Then once you do this and you become more confident, then perhaps you start to do practice jobs or jobs for customers who you might know, and they can give these to you. So this way it allows you to build on experience, because you can take all the classes you want, but you can never learn experience. You have to accumulate this yourself. And then once you continue building upon this, then you will become more and more an experienced colorist with confidence and be able to handle any type of work that that customers can actually propose to you. So there we have it. For more tips and tricks, don't forget to have a look at the other videos on my YouTube channel, and give me a thumbs up, please, and also think about subscribing to my channel, and this way you will be alerted to any new upcoming videos. And I hope to see you soon, and thanks a lot and have a great day.